Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm Will, and we are back with some more Genshin Impact today. And we are going to be continuing from where we left off. Yesterday, I was like the entire day, I was so freaking tired. I do not know what is up. Got like a bunch of sleep. I woke up still completely tired. Just the sleep I got was not great yesterday, and I was completely low energy all day. Which sucked, but today I am feeling a lot more higher energy. We just had the Nintendo stream, which was pretty sick, with one super big announcement for me personally that they announced, which I am super excited about. So yeah, let's quickly go over some of that stuff. After we do the next story beat. We'll do the story beat, and then we'll...
There should be some avatars of lava somewhere along this path. Their cores are really hot. It might be just what we need.
You know, when you think about how everyone jumped to help us like that, it seems like your tribe has been suspicious of the green mushrooms for a while.
Yeah, but without you, we would have never gotten this far. I mean, tons of people have tried that mushroom without a weird voice talking in their head.
Right. So, even if you wanted to investigate, you had nowhere to start.
Yeah, this opportunity was a long time coming. Plus, the Sage Lord's arrogant attitude definitely triggered my tribe's competitive spirit.
Veressa doesn't seem competitive most of the time, though. Outside of training and fighting monsters, at least.
Yeah, well, I don't really like fighting or competing, to be honest. Simple day-to-day happiness is what matters to me. Still, I've learned a lot from Kojian-san. She taught me that strength is a means rather than an end. We get stronger so we can use our strength when it counts. Like during the Abyss invasion. Having the training to master my vision meant that I could do something to stop it. So, no matter how scared I feel, I know I have to be brave. Because people are counting on me. Thanks. It's a work in progress. I can only hope that one day I can be as brave as Lady Fiatena. Alright, we should keep looking. Oh, looks like we can make this jump.
Uh-oh! A falling rock!
That avatar of lava pushed it down. Come on, let's charge!
Charge?
Okay, it's a little hard to see what she's doing. She's doing like a lot of charging and like slamming through moves.
Too strong.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, they're really doing like this Sonic thing with her, which is like kind of fun. To have something so different.
Done and dusted. This core should be perfect. Look, the phlogiston inside it is still active.
Oh, let's see! Woo! Hot!
A few more chunks like this and we should be good. Come on, let's keep heading up. Hurry up, Veressa!
Yeah, actually her running feels pretty good.
Careful! 3 avatars of lava ahead!
Wait, what are we doing? Can't tell where we're supposed to go. Wait, no. Wait, what happened?
Done and dusted!
Wait, what? Okay, I guess I have to fight them. I thought I could run past them, but there's like not a
this and we
continuation. Okay, lame. We're like super easily falling out of the area we need to be in.
Careful! 3 avatars of lava ahead!
Fight. I was just playing Zone Zero earlier today. A little grinding.
Hurry up, Veressa!
Okay, it feels like the running doesn't really do like a charge attack. Like running through them, it doesn't feel like it really does that. Like, yeah, it doesn't.
Let me weave you a verse.
Oh no, not good. The volcano is acting up again.
Okay, now what? You're not really telling us where to go. Because it just kind of falls off of a cliff.
What is that? It looks like a giant weasel thief. Is there a great toe-in weasel thief or something?
We call it a furnace shell mountain weasel. It's very aggressive, so be careful.
Greatest enemy of man.
By royal decree.
The wind knows me.
Now who landed the ball one?
That hurts. Rain outlines your fate.
Okay. I hate that this is a thing that started to become more and more frequent of having like a shield form. It's just fucking annoying. It's like, I've beaten the character, I don't need to break the shield. Like, come on, man. Alright, we got it.
What a great haul! A bunch of seeing eyes, and this thing the weasel used to spew out fire!
That felt very awkward and bad. After we beat the first 3, and it was like, oh no, the volcano. And then it was just like an awkward like minute 30 of just like having to stand there waiting for this fucking weasel to fall from the sky. What? Why?
I think that's its back armor. It shoots out phlogiston, so it can pretty much attack from all directions. My dad told me about them once. Creatures that live in the volcano. I can't believe we actually ran into one. This piece of armor might produce even higher temperatures than the seeing eyes. We'll get those mushrooms super hot this time. Oh, well, even though I don't like fighting, sometimes you don't have a choice. So, I've tried to figure out a bunch of different ways to get myself in the zone. For example, I've read a lot of stories about heroes, and my favorite hero has always been Fiatenna, the one I mentioned before. Fiatenna's most iconic feature was her mask, so I decided to make one just like hers. So now, whenever I wear the mask, it's like there's a little piece of her with me. If I want to honor her legacy, I have no choice but to be brave. At the same time, though, I guess it's kind of like a crutch. Kind of like I'm hiding behind her strength.
Oh, you really think so?
Really? It's just... I feel like I need to take it off one day and face things alone. But the longer I put off taking that step, the more impossible it feels. I don't know if I have it in me.
Yeah, you had the courage to make that decision, and that's what adventuring is all about. Fighting is just a small part of it.
Oh,
Besides, Paimon thinks you're doing a great job. Just take your time. It's not a race.
thanks for believing in me, you two. I've learned so much. And I won't give up. Not until I can face things on my own. After that pep talk, I feel like my appetite is back in full force.
You're hungry already? Paimon hasn't even finished digesting her last meal.
Come on, let's head back to the tribe. We'll earn that mushroom's recognition this time for sure.
Okay, back there. Since we're now, yeah, that felt weird. I do like her running. Her running does feel really nice. Everyone in this region has a form of traversal, and her having that run, although obviously limited because it's just running, it does very feel like Sonic-y. which I'm like, okay, cool. This actually feels like, for what type of mobility it is, it feels really nice. Surprisingly good. Anyway, let us get into some of the news. For Switch 2 coming out June 5th, baby, this year. They went through the usual. It's going to be 1080 with the charger station that you plug it into. It can upscale to 4K. The charging station will have a built-in fan to cool your system, so it can do that. They just went through a bunch of features. They very, very heavily pushed that there's a built-in speaker. There's an additional camera. I don't know if it comes with the system or it's an add-on. I think it's an add-on. And it's basically they're trying to do Discord, except with on the Switch. Not with Discord, but a Discord-like that's specifically Nintendo-owned. So we'll see. I don't really know. I haven't heard too many good things about the Nintendo. Oh, weird. There's no. I haven't heard too much good stuff about the chat system that the Switch already has. In fact, I don't even know anyone that uses it. Like, everyone I know just uses Discord, so it's like, why didn't you just team up with Discord? Or, like, here's, like, a child-friendly, like, family-friendly version of Discord specifically... Whoa, another one. Specifically just for Switch.
Body and
Like,
mind.
completely separate. And just, like, work off of what Discord already has going. Because one of the hardest things is building the infrastructure and the network to make things like this to work. And, like, you could have just teamed up with Discord and piggybacked off of them. Okay, we found another one of these. This is the second one we found here. We are not going to do the fight. These fights are just way too time-consuming. Okay, sweet. We found another one. I need to keep my eyes open on those. Sometimes I forget. We look for those. So yeah, that was their big push, was like showing this like Discord-like feature. It will like pop up at the bottom of the screen, and like the whole, like when you're on a TV, it will basically take the picture of what you're playing, kind of shrink it so it's like center of the screen, and then on the bottom you'll have like a bunch of little icons for basically what you'd see in Discord or Zoom or something. And people can hook up their camera so you could see your friend, or you could see your friend's gameplay, which I think is kind of cool, that you could share your screen. So if you're like all playing like Mario Kart or something, or like you can even be playing separate games and just chatting, and you can see what they're playing. So that's kind of cool. There's going to be a share feature, so one of you can own the game, and then you can like rent it out to your friends. So you can all play like this group game, but your friends don't have to own it. That's pretty cool. They showed off the Pro controller that they already have. The two added functionalities that they added to it was like the C button, like the new C button, which is what they use for like chatting, which is going to be on the Joy-Cons, which is for what we just talked about. And they also added the back paddles on it. So like a lot of Pro controllers now have like buttons on the back of the controller, so you don't have to like move your fingers from just like the grip position. And apparently the new Pro controller is going to have 2 extra back triggers. So that's super cool. I still have not got to play with a controller that has those, unfortunately. And then, yeah, the biggest news that they showed, like some of the biggest news, like the obvious stuff. GameCube games are finally coming. So that was super big news for a lot of people, and it was a lot of like big hits coming to like their digital service that they already have for like NES, NES, and like all those kind of services where it's like you can emulate it. So they're getting like a GameCube emulator already. Wait, hold on, let me check the quest. Yeah, why wasn't that already triggered? Okay. So that was one big thing. The big games that they announced was Mario Kart World, which actually, for the first time, I looked super interested into it, because what they're doing with Mario Kart World is like everything from 8 they're building on top of. It's a huge world map and they have courses that go through all the different usual things. There's like a rainbow road, there's like city, ice, desert, all this stuff, except it's on one giant map. And there's a few different ways you can play, where you can just do normal races. You can do a chain of races that like start in a city, go to an ice, and then go to a desert. And those are 3 separate races, and you do the race, and then you drive to the next area to do the next race, which then they revealed the biggest part is it's like open world. You have free roam. So all the courses, all the tracks are complete tracks, but then there's also offshoot roads that go to these other zones and other territories that you can drive on. And you can also do off-roading too, so you don't have to stick to the track itself. You can drive off-road into the desert or out into the grassy field. So it's a completely open world drivable game. So kind of like any other kind of more modern driving game, like a Need for Speed, where you can like drive across the country, or Forza and stuff like that, where you can just, like I said, just drive across the country. They're basically doing that, except the Mario world, which is super cool. It's like, that is awesome. They also mentioned with their 1080 display, they're also shooting for 220 for frame rate, which we'll see, but it also means like they're going to have a stable 70 frames, which could be standard, but honestly, there were a lot of things that were having difficulty. Okay, what the fuck? I'm lost already. There were a lot of games that weren't even able to hit 60 frames and were only down to like 30, which is crazy.
Body and
Oh, I go around this. I'm an idiot. All right, I forgot. I thought this was just a building blocking the way, and I had to go somewhere else. So that was like their first big announcement, and then, like I said, they announced GameCube. And they just kind of showed, like, here's all these games that are already announced for other consoles that are coming to ours. Not like a super big, like, woo-woo thing. But then, at the end, they announced a new Donkey Kong called Donkey Kong Bonanza, which it kind of looks Fortnite-y, where, like, it looks like an open world, like Odyssey, where you can run around and do stuff, but you can also, like, break and smash stuff, kind of like, Minecraft. And that's kind of like the theme of the game, is like mining and digging and stuff with Donkey Kong. And him able to like lift up rocks and like smash through other rocks and stuff. And it's like, I've never been a big fan of Donkey Kong, but it looks good and I'm happy for the fans. And then, like a lot of it was just like focusing on the system, and then focusing on like, here's Switch games. They're going to be modified to play on Switch 2 to have like better frame rate, better graphics. Wait, did I run past it? I did. That was like their main thing, apart from those 2 games I just mentioned. The other big announcement, and this is the one that I am personally blown away by. A new From Software game. From Software that's done the Souls games, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Elden Ring. They are making a Switch exclusive game called the Duskbloods. And everyone that was watching it was like, this looks like Bloodborne 2. Although, I do gotta say, it looks very heavily inspired by Bloodborne 2, but then there's also some like janky, like weird, like some designs where just like, okay, that kind of feels like it just slightly feels off from the rest of the designs. But it's like, who knows? A lot of people I heard just like refer to it as like, is this like a spiritual successor just to Bloodborne? It looks crazy, it looks weird, like nobody's got like a super firm grasp on what this game is, because it's around the turn of the century. I think it's around the time as like Lies of P. So like there's some guns, there's trains and stuff, but it's still kind of like gothic. And it's like, what is this? Is this multiplayer? Is this single player? Like, you couldn't really grasp what the gameplay of it was fully, but it's like, it's a Souls-like game, and it is headed up by, what's this, Miyazaki? Wait, okay, the guy that made, like, all the other Souls games. I am so bad at yeah, Miyazaki, I was right. Miyazaki, yeah. oh, he's apparently like running that project. So it's like, okay, there's like some small little like very minute things that I saw that I'm like, okay, wait, what? But like overall, it's like, okay, Bloodborne-esque Souls game, and it is being made by Miyazaki. So it's like, okay, we'll see how this goes.
We're back! And we found a bunch of stuff to use!
And again, exclusive to Switch, which blows my goddamn mind. Well, Switch 2, what I mean. But yeah, and there's apparently going to be another stream for Switch 2 on the 16th or 17th, specifically for the Switch 2. And I don't think it's gonna like talk about games. I think it's just gonna talk about functionality more in depth. And then also apparently there's supposed to be. Oh wait, no. They announced a lot. There's a stream specifically just for the Switch 2. There's a stream specifically for Mario Kart World, and then there's this like some sort of video chat thing that's going to be happening with Miyazaki, talking about the new game that's coming out. And it's like 3 separate streams, so it's like I'm getting all my dates mixed up, so sorry about that. But yeah, there's like 2 for sure Nintendo streams, and then 1 From Software stream with Miyazaki. Hopefully we'll see exact gameplay, so we'll get a better grasp on like this, because it kind of gives me the vibes of like the new Elden Ring DLC, where it's like it's not really like a solo thing, it's more of just like a your friends playing in this world kind of thing. That's vaguely the vibe I got from it, but I don't know, it could just be me. But whatever, super pumped about it. New From Software, roughly Bloodborne-esque. The main character seems to be like a vampire, which is cool, because none of those games really have like a fixed main character, but in this one it looks like they're trying to do like a story that's more fixated on, or more focused on an actual main character and not just a player character, so that's cool. Anyway, that's it for all the news. Of course, there's a bunch of other small stuff. Like I said, they announced a lot of like old Switch games getting modified for Switch 2 to be better and all that kind of stuff, as well as other games that have already been announced that are also announcing themselves on Switch or Switch 2 as well as the other platforms. I highly suggest to go watch the whole thing. It was only an hour long. Yeah, let's get back into this.
Great. We're almost done with the preparations on our side, too.
I've managed to get these iron chunks red hot. We should be good to go.
Yeah, and since we need really high temperatures, I brought the best stove I could find.
And I got a bunch of buckets of lava on standby if we need more fuel.
We all contributed.
Yeah, but the things we brought aren't your typical cooking utensils either.
Well, that mushroom started it, right, everyone? Disrespecting Varessa and her guest of honor.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of excuses it can come up with this time.
Thanks for the help, everyone. It really means a lot.
All right, let's see what we have here.
It's like weird long
Huh?
pauses.
The armor
in
of
this
a furnace
update.
shell mountain weasel? Don't tell me you went into the
Got
volcano.
the fire weasel.
No, it erupted out of nowhere, and then the weasel appeared, and then, well, anyway, we got this in the end.
Either way, this is something special. Back when I was training to be a chef, I studied the effect of temperature on different ingredients. This kind of armor produces intense localized heat. It's great for fish because you can get a nice sear on one side without overcooking the other.
Oh yeah, they also announced one thing that was super weird. It was like a game that's like kind of made specifically to show off the functionality of the Switch. Except the most insane thing is, it's a pay-for game. And it's like, what? That sounds like something you do for launch so people would get introduced to all the different functionalities on the Switch 2 that you just give away for free. But apparently they're going to be selling it, and it's like, what? Who would do that? Who would buy that other than like the hardcore collectors? That's weird.
Anyway, let's get started. The mushrooms are all ready to go.
Oh yeah, and of course the new chat functionality I was telling you about is also tied into the whole Nintendo Online stuff, so you have to have like a subscription to that. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
let's go!
Unless I misunderstood it. Again, like, the live stream's already up in full.
Whoa! The fragrance is so much more intense! And what's with this weird mist? Wait, no. Something's not right.
We're getting LSD trips. Oh. Oh, wow, we're actually doing a thing. Okay. Are we going to a magical world of, like, Alice in Wonderland stuff? It's crazy. The loading times were so fast when I got this on PS5, and now it's gotten to the point where it's like, there's a significant amount of loading, even on the PS5. Like, that was like 30 seconds, if not more, right there. That's
Where are
crazy.
we?
What the fuck is that
Where
load time on a
did everyone
PS4?
I
That's
have
easily
no
2
idea.
minutes.
We just showed up here. I can't see the others anymore.
Huh? Is something wrong?
That's a cuddle! Chief! We don't know where we are!
What? I know it's hard to see through this mist, but aren't you here at the tribe with the rest of us? No. What are you feeling?
I hate this. Just voice actor, motherfucker. You had him on staff for 5 years.
Because you are the only worthy devotees, of course.
This game will never do enough voice acting.
Evil jerk of a mushroom, so this is what you look like!
He does look a bit more evil than the other mushrooms we met.
I am no longer concerned with your insolence. On the contrary, I am satisfied with your performance. So, as promised, you shall have the answers you seek. Of course, I have a goal of my own. Let me reiterate once more. The great sage lord of fungi, that would be me, is extending you the honor of becoming my subjects.
Ha! The only way anyone's serving you is on a platter!
Now, don't be hasty. It's inadvisable to speak in absolutes. You refuse only because you have yet to witness my miracles. Cherish this opportunity. It may not come again. As you know, Teyvat is not a peaceful place. The gods wage war against one another. Monsters roam the land. Humans live in squalor. But then, humanity discovered me and learned that I could grant them unlimited power to fell even the most fearsome of enemies.
They got like that crazy drunk
if we wanted to
strength,
come
you know?
strong, we just have to eat this.
That's not how that works. Will I be a buff boy after this?
Those monsters are no match for me!
And so, the humans worshipped me as their savior. And in return, I revealed my identity as the Sage Lord of Fungi.
You really expect us to believe that? Besides, as far as enemies go, a few puny fungi aren't that fearsome.
Such arrogance! Take that back and apologize before I lose my temper.
You wish!
I mean, those monsters really don't look that scary. Not the kind you'd need a miracle to defeat, anyway.
You insignificant mortals boast of strength? Very well. Then prove it!
I don't know how the running works in terms of damage. It just seems like they run past them and they're not really doing any actual damage. Okay, that was her charge. Her charge takes a minute to actually get off.
Heads up!
Okay, so the charge is she goes that, flies up into the air, then you hit the button again for her to do a slam down.
Well fought! You see? You ate a fair amount of my clones, and now look what you can do. Huh. My eye for subjects is as discerning as ever.
Huh. Weren't we insignificant mortals just a second ago? Weird.
I'll admit, you're not entirely useless, but my miracles are even greater than you can imagine.
No, don't just... another cryptic one-liner and another disappearing act? It's gotta be a mushroom thing at this point. Well, what should we do? Follow him?
Yeah, let's go. I think he's trying to tell us a story, although I'm not sure if I like the plot.
I soon became humanity's faith, and, with my power, created countless clones, with which I could bestow upon them an endless source of sustenance. Food is a scarce resource. A faith that provides for the needs of the flesh is the most practical and noble of all. And as my subjects gave themselves in service, either as civilians or warriors, I rewarded them with mushrooms in proportion to their contribution. The most exceptional among them could receive as many as 20 mushrooms a day.
That's it?
What are you insinuating? Are mushrooms not enough?
Well, it's possible people couldn't afford to be picky back then.
Yeah, but now even Saurians have more options than that.
Sustenance and strength. Such are the pillars of faith. So what do you think? A pretty enticing offer, wouldn't you agree? Once you become my subjects, all you have to do is build a civilization dedicated to the mushrooms. And then... What do you mean, what happened next?
Right. If the humans dedicated themselves in service to you, then shouldn't you have your own tribe at this point? Or even your own nation? But I've read a lot of woven scrolls about the heroes of Natlan, and I've never come across anything about some kind of mushroom savior.
Of course not. I was in a different nation at the time. I don't suppose you know their history, too.
Yeah, and we didn't hear anything about a mushroom civilization.
I never said it was Sumeru. I have no idea where that assumption is coming from. A trivial detail. You know what? You don't deserve to know what happened next.
Yeah, if you want us to respect you, stop being so secretive.
True. If we don't know how the story ends, it doesn't hold much weight now, does it?
All right, fine. Same rules as before. If you want the truth, you'll have to use your wits to earn it. If you fail to prove your worth, good luck getting another detail out of me.
He ran off. Come on, after him.
Oh. Uh-huh. Right.
He jumped down from here. So it looks like we just need to... Is something wrong, Traveler? Off? How?
That's how I feel too. Based on his personality, if he won't tell us how things turned out in the end, it must be because it's not something he can brag about. Besides, how did he even get from Sumeru to Natlan? Seems like he's avoiding that subject too. And through it all, he still hasn't given up on recruiting us. Even though he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, he seemed pretty annoyed with our questions. Why not just kick us to the curb?
Why?
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's go!
Down the well. There is a game called LSD Adventure for PlayStation. I want to play it.
Running late again.
Catch me if you can. If you can figure out which way to go, of course.
Oof, absolutely insufferable. Come on, let's find him.
Oh, is this supercharged? Yeah, oh, it supercharges it. Wait, is she? Hold on. I don't actually know what her element is. It's oh, she is electric. Okay, yeah.
Time to leave this to me.
We haven't
I'll clear
supercharged a
that for
mushroom
you.
in months, if not years.
Time to roll. I think we can
Aw.
get these mushrooms to form a path. We just need to wait for the right timing.
That was sloppy.
Get a load of
I'm a
this.
sloppy bitch.
Don't worry about me. I've got this. Hurry up, Brassa.
Oh. I look away from Pepsi. Okay, they're trying to do like a shaky thing on that when you break through the wall, but it just makes it feel very abrupt. Instead of it being like, whoa, shaky effect, it just feels like it's just cutting and jolting frames forward. That was awesome.
Dead
Oh, yo,
Jump
one of
up.
those guys.
Let it give us a ride.
Yo, is that what this guy's for the other area?
All right, this should be good. Get ready and jump.
No! Okay, that was awkward. Yeah. Oh my god, no. What? Why did they just do that? We got off, and it suddenly did like a character swap thing. It does sometimes when you go into cutscenes and you need to be a specific character for the cutscenes. Like, why? This is super janky. The concept of this is cool, and I like how they pulled out and they're doing a different perspective. That's super sweet. But yeah, this is jankier more than I want it to be. Like, this just needs like another pass of polish on it. It is rough, but conceptually it is cool.
Backed into a corner, huh?
Surprised you could hop that fast.
We've got you this time.
Ow!
How dare you?
Well, that hurt, you know. You humans have such violent tendencies.
How did we lose him?
Not again. Although, I think I pulled something off of him.
A ball of mist. Oh no, it's spreading. Ah, they're gonna eat us.
Gonna eat us! Eat us! Ungrateful humans! Oh, at this rate, I won't have any clones left. The more my clones are consumed, the less power I have. Oh, the situation grows dire. Why must the humans eat so much? My power is all but spent, but it was still enough to control a single human at least. Now all of Sumero knows how scrumptious my mushrooms are. So if I want to grow, I must relocate. And if I want it to happen fast, I need suitable environmental conditions. You! Take me somewhere hot. The hotter the better.
Yes, my lord.
Is this the place, human?
Yes. This is a volcano in a land far to the west. The temperatures here get very high. It should be a most suitable location for your lordship to regain his strength. I shall now find a good place to plant you, my lord, so that your mycelial majesty may take root in this fertile land.
Yes, proceed.
Oh, this landscape that we're in, like this kind of like LSD dreamscape, it kind of reminds me of the dreamscape from Sumeru that we do when we go into the forest.
Huh? An earthquake?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this month's PlayStation Plus games. Honestly, this month is pretty weak. RoboCop, I haven't played it. I haven't really heard anyone really talk about it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is just like another Friday the 13th-esque clone, which is, you know, there's a bunch of games that are like that now. I don't even remember what the third one was. But honestly, this month was like a big flop for me personally. I picked up RoboCop 2 because I'm willing to give it a shot, but like I don't think I'll do it on stream. I don't know. First-person games are really hard for me to get into.
No! A volcanic eruption!
So that's how it ended. No wonder you tried to hide it from us. It's pretty embarrassing.
I thought he said people formed communities around this mushroom and used it as their main source of food.
Yeah, but it looks like his following got too big and he couldn't keep up with the demand.
Huh. He used the mushrooms as his main recruitment tactic. But then the situation got out of control.
Which means the more mushrooms the humans ate, the less powerful he became, right?
Wow. So his following didn't last long.
Nope, which explains why there aren't any records about some kind of mushroom civilization. In the end, he mind-controlled a human to bring him to Natlan and then got buried under a pile of volcanic rocks.
Yeah, for who knows how long. When we were talking to him earlier, he seemed kind of, out of touch, you know?
Well, he has been living under a rock, so that checks out. But clearing out this area for your orchard finally allowed him to start regaining his power.
Yeah, that sounds right. My parents always thought it was so weird that mushrooms kept popping up around the orchard no matter what we did. Now it makes sense. Wait, but if everything we saw is true, that means this mushroom has mind control powers or something? That's a recipe for disaster.
Hold on. Do you remember what he showed us? A group of humans worshipping a giant mushroom. It just doesn't make sense. They must have been mind-controlled. But when he started running out of power, he couldn't keep it up.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he doesn't seem to be able to control us either.
Oh? Why?
All right, then let's find this mushroom.
Oh, yo, chest, nice. It's not like it helps. Like, we have not been picking up Primo Gem at all. It sucks pretty bad. We must away! Are we gonna pop out the same spot?
Oh, the environment changed again. Nothing to phase Paimon at this point.
Let's keep looking. He can't hide forever.
Running late again.
Oh, flying kick to the chest!
Too strong. Ow, ow.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of
One with nature.
So you made it this far. Impressive.
Oh yeah, that's the Sumeru
In that
soundtrack.
case,
I didn't even notice.
He hid himself in the statue. What should we do? Actually, that checks out. We're just gonna smash it, right? Cool.
Okay, wait, I'm not understanding the triangle.
Zero incoming.
Okay, when I hit R2, and then I hit circle and fly up into the air, I can then hit triangle and activate it, even though triangle isn't, like, fully charged.
Let's roll.
Okay, I'm still trying to get used to it. Her fighting is fighting me. Oh. That's fast. Gotta go fast.
We've got you this time, nasty mushroom. We know all your schemes.
We thought you were just a mushroom that happened to taste good. But now we know how dangerous you are, so we have to stop you.
it would seem you're not completely devoid of intelligence. Fitting for my future subjects. Still, you're overlooking a very important detail. Did you think I was running away because I was scared? Well, this is a world of my creation. My will rules supreme. My schemes have been exposed, you say. No matter. My goal has already been achieved.
What?
Although I prefer to call myself the Sage Lord of Fungi, in the human tongue, I am known by another name. You now behold the god. Indeed, foolish, shallow, and ungrateful humans. Have you forgotten your savior during this time of war? I am the god who's protecting countless of your kind during this Archon war. You have no food in which to satiate your hunger, no means with which to counter the hordes of monsters, and the gods loom overhead, capable of reducing you to ashes with a simple snap of their fingers. Just one word, and you could have had my protection. But now, that opportunity is lost forever, and you only have your own stupidity and arrogance to blame. No matter, my plan has already succeeded. What you saw when you cooked the mushrooms was not mist, but spores, set to sprout into green mushrooms very soon. And that's where their true power lies. Because, given a bit of time to grow, green mushrooms will multiply exponentially. You see, considering my current level of power, I had no way to create large number of clones. Unless, of course, I had access to a source of extreme heat. And you delivered one to me on a silver platter. That was my plan all along.
So, you kept running away from us because you needed to buy time?
Precisely. Before long, the green mushrooms will multiply at an unstoppable rate, allowing me to return to the peak of my power. Then, I shall reclaim my dignity and status as a god. achieve victory in the Archon War, and take revenge on Sumeru.
You have no concept of time, do you? Newsflash, the Archon War is old news, buddy.
Nonsense! Is that not the source of your suffering? All I hear in this land is war this and war that. If you fear the Archon War, all the more reason to cower behind the protection of a god.
Pretty sure they're talking about the war against the Abyss.
Huh?
The Archon War? I guess I've heard about that once or twice, but only from Outlanders.
Ha! I see what's going on here. You're using lies and trickery to befuddle me. You know, my original plan was to imprison you here until the end of time. But now, I have a better idea. Once nothing is left of this land but an endless field of mushrooms, I'll set you free. You get the honor of witnessing that despair in person. Now, I was going to offer you a glimmer of hope by allowing you to pledge yourselves to me and take on the burden of managing my kingdom. But now, the deal is off. What did you say?
The Traveler explained everything. The only reason I could hear you is because I've eaten so many mushrooms over the years.
Yeah, and Paimon ate a whole bunch during the competition. Paimon's small, so it didn't take as many mushrooms for her to be affected. Point being, most people would have to eat a monstrous amount of mushrooms to even hear you over the buzz of a mosquito. So you latched onto us as a group of people who could actually hear your voice. In other words...
You said your mushrooms need time to grow, which means you don't have enough power to keep us here.
I may not have my former strength, but keeping a few humans right where I want them is a small task. Unless you think you can take on a creature as vicious and powerful as the Jade-Plume Terrashroom, because you definitely can't. Right?
Let's get out of here!
Yeah, if he was telling the truth, we need to get back to the tribe as soon as possible.
Oh, no! You must be bluffing! A few measly humans couldn't possibly be that powerful! And what's this about a war against the Abyss? Hey, I want answers!
Paimon's not gonna waste one more word on this guy. Let's go!
Cutscene.
What should we do?
Worried? Ha ha ha! Don't be! It's just a few mushrooms. Unholy!
Get ready to feast!
Ooh.
What the frick? No voice acting from Game Boy. What? Oh, it's got like a jelly coating on the outside. Must be honey. Yes.
More, please!
Ooh! That was cool! I need to re-see that transition between CGI to animation.
Guess it's time to dig in!
Stop this at once! Huh?
I do wish we had like a Team Rocket-esque
What a
villain that would
great
follow
meal.
us from country to country.
Thanks, everyone. I feel like a whole new me.
And with that, we took care of all the green mushrooms. Now, care to tell me what happened earlier? It was lights out for all three of you. Someone planted a god in Varessa's orchard, and she's been eating it ever since.
Yeah, we know not every god that's still around is super strong, but this one reached a whole new low.
Also, didn't he have his facts all wrong? He kept going on about some kind of archon war.
Ah, well, Natlan was never part of the Archon War, so it rarely comes up around these parts. It makes sense that you don't know much about it, Varessa.
Whoa, hold on. Are you serious?
Of course. The infighting between the dragons pretty much took over everything. So, there was no room for the gods to join in.
Yep, that checks out. Living under a rock all those years, Mushroom God wakes up, thinking it's still the Archon War, and tries to use that to convince people to worship him.
Little did he know, our lives are much better now than in the Age of the Dragons.
So what do we do now? It can't be easy to slay a god.
I guess it's back to business as usual. As long as we keep picking the green mushrooms, that god is just a tasty mushroom at the end of the day. Actually, Traveler? Can I borrow you for a minute?
Freaking browser is acting weird.
Alright, here's good. So, it's not anything super important. I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your encouragement gave me the courage to investigate the green mushrooms and helped me resolve a threat to my tribe. And maybe this sounds weird considering everything, but it was a really awesome adventure. I had fun. Oh, why's that? You're right. I never thought my appetite would save the day. It's pretty surreal. But it's like you said. All it takes is a little patience and perseverance, and my time will come. If I start to doubt myself in the future, all I need to do is think of this experience and everything I've learned along the way.
Hey, you two! Akata was saying that since a scholar from Sumeru warned the tribe about the mushrooms, someone there must know about the mushroom god. Should we go check it out? Couldn't hurt to get more information.
Oh, good point. But if we're heading to the academia, I need to get permission from Uncle Akatl first.
Right. And it's not a quick trip. We have to cross the whole desert.
Good idea. Let's check it out.
Okay, we're heading all the way back there, I guess. And then, yeah, okay. We got all of the checkpoints that are on the outside. We just need the inside ones.
Oh, Catherine's back! And isn't that Tainari?
Right?
Word from the speaker's chamber was that an Emerta scholar happened to be conducting research in the area, so they helped me to get in touch.
expert, so you must know all about him, right?
Yeah, the mushrooms started popping up in our orchard not too long ago. Of course, you're welcome anytime. That's a huge help, actually. I wanted to ask, though, you said what remains of his clones? Does that mean there are clones outside of Natlan? Even now?
Zamaran?
You know that name?
Yeah, Paimon calls it Sheesh Room. It's absolutely huge! Way more impressive than the puny Sage Lord. We should go see Zamaran one of these days.
Ooh, I'll come. It'll be nice to interact with a friendly mushroom for once. I would never.
Alright, quest complete. Man, this fucking voice acting strike is killing this goddamn game. It's been like, it feels like 6 months. Oh wait, was that it?
The biggest one in history.
For the main story? Oh, it was. I do like that they added that tag in the upper left-hand corner to kind of show you like, oh, main story, but now it's like a character. So it's like, it kind of shows that like, oh, the main story bit's like over. I was like, oh man, really? All right, let's go back here and just like continue looking around. Like, Christ, what the fuck is happening with my bitrate? It is all over the goddamn place. Hold on. See if some of this helps. Alright, we're gonna try to walk up this. And find some more of those, these. Navigate me! Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, they are doing another Hyrule Warriors, which is the Zelda-like Dynasty Warriors style game. Oh. Oh my god, these guys... I hate the additional shield shit, they're so fucking bad.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Oh. Why are you fucking Sonic the Hedgehogging underground? Where are you? I just want to fight you, dude.
Leave you a verse.
There we go. So yeah, they're doing another Hyrule Warriors, and I can't remember where the first one took place in the timeline, but this one is basically from Tears of a Kingdom from Zelda's perspective in the past when the big war happened. So it's a new part of the timeline, Zelda's perspective of it, and like you get to see like the big war apparently. So yay for that, anyone who's a fan of Dynasty Warriors style games and or indoor Zelda games. Are you fucking kidding? What? Why? I swear to Christ, if there's 3.
No, my sword! Not good. Brain cutter.
Oz, reveal that.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
I don't think so, Chief.
Time to go. Wind strike.
Dang it. This man is disappearing. Come on.
Rain outlines your
Yeah, him
fate.
disappearing and in combination with the shield is annoying. There's not even a shield, it's until he transitions back.
Let me read
But
you a
still,
verse.
you know what I mean. It functionally is a shield since it's not actually taking out his base health. Or armor, whatever. Alright. We good? Interesting, this is the second cutscene we've done with our little dino buddy, but the other one was on like the complete opposite side of the island. Always the cheapest fucking chest. You can't even give us middle of the road chests. Come on, man. And I think we're gonna run around the other side of the island again. That I'm gonna try to keep my eyes open for more of those obsidian like pillars that teleport us to those boss fights. Because we've already found 2, but they're like pretty close together, so it makes me think maybe there'll be another one on the other side or something. Okay, 2 chests. 3 chests.
I suppose this will
Okay,
do.
cool. Seemingly just a one-off little fight that gives you 3 chests. Okay, cool. Alright, and these, I think you need her to run through them. I'm not 100%. Or wait, no, there's, yeah, these animals can run through them too. Here we go. There's like a bunch of those walls. Oh, yo, hold on. I think I see a energy sword. Yep, one of those. Okay, we just did a bunch of these out on that dragon island. That's gonna be the whole thing, probably. Oh, what? Oh, dude, yeah, these guys can run on lava, swim in lava. Let's do this. Yeah, these are probably my second favorite creatures in Natland. My first being the bats. I like the bat guys. Although it kind of sucks because I don't find them super useful. Oh, I thought this was gonna be like a whole thing. But I'm talking more like design-wise. yo, there's another one. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Wow, there's a lot more of these light swords than I thought there were. Alright, we good. I'm gonna go up here and do this one. Oh, nice. Okay, it keeps like aiming down for some reason. And it's like, brother, no. I don't know if these are permanents or what. If they'll permanently be destroyed, or if we leave this region and come back, they'll be back. Woo! Big flip it. And then this stream, we will use that other creature. I am so bad at remembering names. Oh shit. In the lava pit? Brother. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think maybe an ice team. Maybe we'll swap off and do an ice team here. Change it up a bit.
By royal decree.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Witness the power of the wild.
Wind strider.
Alright, yeah, I think we are gonna do that. Let's do an ice team real quick.
Kamisato Ayaka, present.
You got a side job for me? Sure thing.
Our boy. I think that was like the only one we actually needed to fight. Nicely. Oh yeah, shit! I completely forgot to mention this too with the stream, with the Twitch stream. I have not played Undertale before. I know a lot about it. Okay, I still have yet to play it, and I know what's the sequel?
All unclaimed
not
articles should be turned in.
What's it called? Delta Rune.
Saw anything here?
They announced part 3 and 4 are both dropping. So I think that's all of it. I think it's only supposed to be 4 parts. That's dropping with the Switch too. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 will all be out on the Switch. I believe it's supposed to be released the same day as the Switch 2. If not, like, within a week. If I remember correctly. My bad. I completely forgot about that one. That's super big news for a lot of people. And that is a game that I have been meaning to play for forever. I've seen quite a few playthroughs of it. And I've seen quite a few videos on it as well. But never actually sat down to play. Man, there's a lot of people here that you just kind of like run into and talk to. And when the hell is the Genshin anime finally coming out? It's been a long time. And if we get lucky, we get one update a year. It's like, brother, what? It's been 4 years. And for a lot of people, this game's already fallen off. So it's like, you've spent like 4 to 5 years making an anime that has already fallen off for many people over a year ago. Or almost a year ago. We're in version... What are we in? Version 5.5? Okay, about 5 months ago. Let's do this. Hop onto this jet stream. Oh, that was too soon. Fuck. Okay, and now, yeah, they have like this fog change in elevation. And I also saw that there was a... Oh, this is how we get up here, straight up. All right. There was also a oculum there too. Hell yeah, we're up near the volcano already. Of course, gotta get the floating rocks in. Don't worry, that volcanic ash is very safe to breathe. Oh, okay, well, we just kind of fell into that. Kind of wanted to explore, but whatever. Oh, whoa. Grab. Woo! Alright, we almost did not make that. Oh. Oh wait. Oh my god, she's got like no health. We're gonna keep you right.
Rain outlines your fate.
Stay cool. Face your gift. What now?
My apologies.
No! Already? They were frozen! I didn't know that they could do those moves when they were still frozen.
As one with wind and cloud.
Let me weave you a verse. No, my sword.
Wind Strider.
Take it if I were you. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
Back. Okay, I guess that worked out. Another one. Oh, Kodak moment. Like I see, like, kind of, but it still looks a little empty. Void of everything. Oh, there's the thing right there. Oh, a little chickadee.
My way now.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword.
Go, and then we'll swap wisely and yes.
A moment, please.
I murdered your parents. I must kill the whole bloodline. I'm sorry. The rules. Just so you don't seek revenge in the future. Number one rule of villainy, people. Kill the whole bloodline. Almost 20 years later, you'll get someone coming up at your door talking about revenge and all that business. It's like, oh, hell no. Okay. I was gonna say, I couldn't tell if it actually moved or not.
Finally!
What was that? Out of pocket. Anytime she talks, when it's not a cutscene, it's out of pocket. Not seeing any other options. Nice, 2 treasure chests. Butter. How much my butter?
Excellent.
Oh yeah, also in movie news, they announced and showed off some clips. I didn't really get to see it. And when I say clips, I mean more stills of the next Spider-Verse movie. Apparently they're going with different art direction with it. I think it's just an evolution of the direction that they already were going in. And they also announced next actual live-action Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, Brand New Day, which, you know, sick. I can't remember if they ever mentioned if he signed on for a multi-picture deal. I think he did sign on for like 3 more movies. Which is a little crazy, which is awesome. I'm happy for him. But I remember when, I can't remember if it was the first or second movie, he said, like, after the like the 3 pictures are done, he was all like, "Oh, I don't know if I'll ever do more than just that." And he was talking about how like it'd be a little sad, like he could never get any work outside of just doing Spider-Man. And his career's like really blown up. He's done like a lot of really cool, interesting projects, and he still decided to like come back and do at least one more Spider-Man. I think it was a 3-picture deal. And I'm like, wow. And you just a few years ago were all like, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. And then boom. Signing up. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. Although there apparently is like talks about casting, and I don't know if they officially announced who she's supposed to be, but someone that's like very traditional Mary Jane looking has been cast, and it's like, is she gonna be Mary Jane, or is she going to be like, are they trying to do something different with like a Gwen Stacy? Since he's going into college now, and that's usually the time he meets Gwen Stacy. But we'll see. And like, if it is, it's like, what are you doing? Like, we already have a MJ. Unless they're trying to like, I don't know, change up the relationship or something. I don't know. Because if you don't know, One More Day in the comics was a storyline where Peter and MJ were married for many years, and a lot of people were fucking losers that couldn't cope with Spider-Man growing up, so they had to like split up the marriage so he could be a cool young bachelor again. And it's a stupid fucking story called One More Day, where he literally talks to the devil, Mephisto, and gets him to use magic and gets everyone to like kind of forget their relationship or that they were ever married. It's dumb. A lot of people don't like it. And it's like, well, that's kind of what happened in the 3rd Spider-Man movie. So we'll see what happens next. Since they're calling it Brand New Day, which I believe was the comic follow-up to One More Day, which was where they like where they broke up. Oh, Oculon behind us. That looks like a robot that looks more advanced. It looks like a robot that's like folded up into like compact form almost. Yeah, I just hope the Spider-Man movies can get like fired out pretty quickly, like year after year. It'd be awesome if we got one Spider-Man movie a year. Although, we'll see what's happening with Spider-Verse. It's like, the last Spider-Verse movie obviously was like, it's a 2-parter, so the next part's gonna be like instrumental. But it's like, well, what are they gonna do afterwards? Are they gonna leave it open where it's like, oh, we could keep doing more? Or is it just gonna be like, nah, we're gonna do these 3 movies with Miles, and then we're gonna like move on and do like other like Spider-Verse spin-offs with other Spider-Verse characters, which could also be super cool. I mean, honestly, Sony, you're like fumbling the bag pretty fucking hard with your movies, and Spider-Man's like the only thing keeping you afloat at this point. Bad. Got that up there. Oh, yo, song. Oh my god, so many eggs. I'm rolling in them. Okay, wait, I thought I saw some more light swords as well. But I want to try to complete all of that before we... Ah, yeah, up there. Are you fucking brother? Okay, yeah, I guess we have to do this. Maybe this will shoot us really high up. Oh, just bring this right up there. Okay. Okay, light sword there. Light sword there. Light sword there. Okay, we got a bunch of light swords. Alright, we're gonna just do the one up here first. And then that one, and then we'll try to make it over to the other one. Dang it, it's a double tap. I just think I need to like hold it and just do it just like a charge jump, but it doesn't. Or sometimes it does. It's so weird. I hate it. And then that last one. Alright, and then the final light sword, I think, is up in that corner, and then we just have to walk it all the way over, fly it, whatever. You know what I mean? Fucking hello? I don't know if I actually need to follow it or if it will just like go on its own path. It looks like it's just going on its own path. This is odd. I swear to God, sometimes it feels like I have a charge jump, which will like go right into flying, and then other times it doesn't. That felt seamless. Okay, all four are there. We just need to activate it and get the chest. Touch it. That's it? These don't turn into anything more? Okay, all the other ones turned into birds. So I feel like I'm missing one or missing something. Come on, let me check the other side of this. Feels like I'm missing something. Alright. Well, it dive bombed over this ledge. So let's go follow it. There we go. It's L2. I always think it's R2. Alright, let's see what the inside of this sucker looks like. A lot darker than I thought inside a volcano would be. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be a whole thing. So I think I'm gonna call it a bit early for today, guys. And we're gonna hold off on pushing forward with this until next time. Because, yeah, I feel like might just be like a whole long, extended thing, which time's almost up for us, and I don't want to get into that if we're gonna need to stop, like, right at the beginning of it. So, yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Just some more story progression. We got to see a character that I didn't, like, we really don't see around that much randomly here. Unfortunately, no voice acting with him, as well as Main Boy had like a few lines that looked like they were supposed to be voice acted and weren't. And it's like, man, this strike is killing us. But yeah, that is it for today. Surprised that the mushroom story was kind of the main story, and bits of it were interesting, but overall, I'd say that felt more like that would be like a hangout character quest with the character we were with, rather than that being like the main story quest, you know what I mean? But whatever, it was light, it was fun. But we only really hung out with one of the characters, the other, the shorty with the skull on her head. We didn't really talk to her that much, or even really hang out with her that much either. But we'll see what happens next time. Which is, we got like nothing. Yeah, we got like 300, like, yeah, we're effed over. We really do not have anything going on for us when it comes to the Primo Gems. I don't think, is there an event? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool, we got that. And then there's this, apparently. Which we will do next week. And kick that into high gear. As you can see, we get a character card. Oh, wait, that's down in there. Oh, I think we're on the quest that we need to even do that. Okay, cool. Random coincidence. Sweet. So we'll just continue doing what we're doing. Yeah, so that is it for day 1674 of streaming in a row. Tomorrow we're going to get started on Psychonauts 2, and we're going to be playing that the next 2 days. Super excited about that. Then we're going to get back into Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. We are almost finished with all that content. We just got Outlaw, who does like electromagnetism. And yeah, our next character we're going after will be Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. And yeah, we might be rounding out the end of that game this weekend. And honestly, I'm not even sure what I want to play next on the weekend, so we'll see. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Like always, links down below for my Blue Sky and my Twitter, where I reposted all of the stuff, well, a lot of the stuff that I was interested in from the Twitch stream that happened this morning that we already talked about. And as well as, you know, the usual posts over there of when I'm online, as well as links over to my YouTube channel where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. And that is it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow with Psychonauts 2, which we're about to get started on. I'm super excited about that since I never played it, and I got super into Psychonauts 1, which we just finished up. And yeah, if not, I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday with some more Genshin Impact.